to get social media scrutiny as part of the visa screening process. Time for some real talk with Senator Mike Lee, who wants to do something about it. Republican from Utah and a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee. Senator, great to have you on The Real Story. What is the real story about this? I mean, I find it absolutely incredibly difficult to believe that we are not looking at the social media accounts of people coming into these countries, coming into our country, wanting to live here. I mean, that is how ISIS communicates.
It's almost inconceivable that we wouldn't want to avail ourselves of this tool. I mean, look, any employer these days will look first to social media when they've interviewed someone and they're considering offering someone a job. In fact, I do that all the time. My office, before we hire someone, will look at someone's social media profile. We want to find more about them. This is one of the ways that you can find out more about a person, how they communicate with others, the kinds of things they say and think. And it can solve a lot of problems. It can forestall a lot of crises if you'll just take this simple step.
Right.
And for reasons that astound me, that escape me and 300 million Americans completely, this administration isn't doing this when deciding who to let into the United States. That is unbelievable.
Well, I think it came as quite a shock yesterday when this was revealed. Instead, Senator, these are the questions that are asked if, in fact, an interview is actually done with those people. Things like this. Do you seek to engage in terrorist activities while in the United States? Do you intend to provide money support to any terrorist groups? Do you have any skills or training in explosives, nuclear or chemical experience? Have you ever been a member or have been involved with a paramilitary unit? Now, come on, Senator. They're going to answer yes to those questions, and yet we're not going to look into their social media accounts. This is PC at its best, is it not?
Absolutely. And, you know, they could have at least bothered to ask some of those questions in a way that would require an alternating pattern of yes and no. Instead, they just ask a bunch of questions that require a no, and it's a simple binary choice, easy to get out of. But we need to know more about people coming into this country, and we certainly need more than this simple set of questions that are so easy to evade.
So what are you going to do about it?
Well, first of all, I'm calling on the administration to abandon this ridiculous policy. We have to remember this policy of not looking into the social media profiles of people trying to enter the country is not imposed by statute. It's not some command of the Constitution. It's not even a mandate imposed by a federal regulation. It's simply an internal policy, and I'm calling on the administration right now to abandon that and to start doing a robust, in-depth investigation insofar as social media gives any kind of a platform.
Right.
For an investigation, we ought to pursue it.
Listen, Senator, we're not serious as a country about combating terrorism if we're not going to look into social media accounts. That's as simple as you can say it. And the Secretary of Homeland Security, Jeh Johnson, in 2014, decided not to change that policy for political correctness. And many could argue that's why we had San Bernardino. Senator, great to have you on The Real Story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Today's threat in L.A.